Hello everyone, my name is Gabby, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super review. This time reviewing episode 17. It's been 6 months since Vegeta left to train, and in the meantime, Gohan and Vidal's daughter Pan has finally been born. While Mr. Satan wants her to grow up to be a famous martial artist, Chi-Chi disagrees. Locking the men out of the house, she consults with the other women about what to do with Pan. What is she going to be like? While discussing this, Bulma happens to mention that Vegeta has been off training with Whis for the past 6 months. And this is a complete surprise to Goku, who suddenly realizes that if Vegeta is gone, he wants to train with Whis too. But realizing he can't teleport there, he asks Bulma to contact him whenever Whis comes back to Earth. And when the moment comes, Goku rushes to Whis, asking if he can train him. Surprisingly, Whis agrees, but not Chi-Chi, sick and tired of Goku abandoning them. Realizing he'll only get this one chance, Goku grabs onto Whis just as he's about to leave, apologizing to everyone but saying he has to get stronger. So Goku leaves with Whis for Beerus' planet, and Chi-Chi realizes she can't fight it anymore. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, first of all, the Saiyans Wives Club. Dragon Ball Super does seem to be having a habit of kind of taking things that are sort of like fan fiction and then just making them real, but I don't care. That was freaking hilarious. Just having Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Videl in a room together, just sort of complaining about their Saiyan husbands. It was just amazing. Like, it's the kind of thing that would not normally be in Dragon Ball, but that probably just made it even better. Dragon Ball Super, at least with the slice of life segments, has really been breaking the mold on what Dragon Ball really does. It's very different to Dragon Ball Z filler. Very different, but I think I like it this way. We got a lot of usage of the supporting cast this episode. Obviously, since Vegeta wasn't there, we had a whole bunch of characters just come in. So we had Gohan as Great Saiyan Man, which was something that was really awesome. We had Mr. Satan going around and also just playing with Pan and everything. Obviously, we had a lot of Chi-Chi, we had Bulma, and we had Krillin, and even a bit of Goten. It's strange, I swear, it's like when Vegeta isn't around, it feels like the supporting cast just does a lot more. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that always seems to be the case. As for things that are both good and bad things, once again, it's really comes down to one word. Or rather, one word that's repeated and then with a hyphen in the middle, and that is Chi-Chi. It's strange. When I initially watched this episode raw, I thought all of the things that Chi-Chi was complaining about, I thought they made a lot less sense, because I didn't exactly know what they were saying. But now that I saw the subtitles and I realized what Chi-Chi was angry about, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. In fact, Chi-Chi, her points made a lot of sense. First, she didn't necessarily want Pan to be a martial artist, which I guess makes sense. I mean, she's sort of going in the opposite direction, that she doesn't want Pan to, do fighting at all, wants Pan to be some kind of sweet little girl. But honestly, like, that makes a lot more sense than I thought. It's a bit different to the Gohan mentality where, I don't want Gohan to fight because I want Gohan to be a scholar, but Gohan has to fight or else the world's going to be destroyed. Here it's just like, the world is safe, everything's in peace now, and so it's saying that, maybe Pan doesn't have to be a martial artist. But at the same time, Chi-Chi is also wrong. And the actual answer here is Pan can decide whatever the hell she feels like and not have her parents decide or her grandparents decide what her life is going to be like. Dragon Ball Super, that show about aliens punching each other really hard and also about family dilemmas over what the baby is going to grow up to be like. This is the show I am watching right now. I absolutely love it. And then there was her complaining about Goku going off to train, which also kind of makes sense. On the one hand, I didn't really like this because in Z, Chi-Chi doesn't have any real problem with Goku training. She only really has a problem with Gohan training. But you can also use the excuse that now that Pan is born and Goku is a grandfather, she's having different expectations for what Goku is going to be. And I honestly didn't really like how this episode ended. In that, instead of, say, like everyone just agreeing that sure, Goku can go train, Goku just sort of forces himself onto Whis as Whis is about to leave. Basically forcing Whis to train him. Forcing him to go to the Beerus' planet, because Whis wasn't going to just sort of stop and send him back by that point. I just didn't really like the way that was handled. I mean, I know Goku is a very selfish person, but here, like, it wasn't like he earned this training with Whis. It's like Whis could have honestly might have refused because he was leaving and it was going to come back later. But then Goku's like, no, you're going to train me, okay? I'm going to go and jump onto your legs, okay? If that makes you have to going to train me. And I don't know, there was just something about it. It seemed a bit strange. And it was especially considering how Toriyama said that the training with Whis was going to start in Resurrection F in some of his interviews, where he was just saying that, Goku just asked to train him and then Whis just agreed. But here it was just like Goku was just acting so pushy and nosy, and he's just like, ugh. To be honest, it's probably foreshadowing for the Resurrection F arc, in that if it sort of uses the same themes as the Resurrection F movie, the theme's going to generally be that Goku and Vegeta are massively, massively flawed individuals, and because of that, they're going to get the Earth destroyed. So, next episode, now that Goku has arrived on Beerus' planet along with Vegeta, the training can begin. The Resurrection F arc is starting, and oh my god, CHAMPA and VADOS are in the next episode. They're finally here. Only took them 18 episodes, but they're finally here. Yeah, I kind of freaked out a little when I saw them in the preview, but yeah, they're finally here. And from what my predictions from what I can tell, I think they're going to be doing very similar things that they did in the first sort of 4 chapters of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Although for all I know, they may massively, massively intervene in the plot of Resurrection F, and that would be really cool. So honestly, Dragon Ball Super episode 17 was another sort of slice of life episode, and honestly, I kind of like these almost as much, even more than the fights, because they're so fun, and they're really different, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think it really explores the characters in ways that you honestly wouldn't think about if you were just looking at this as a show about fighting. And I think it really adds a lot more realism to the world, just by having these characters talk about just such normal things like raising a baby. Chi-Chi is still characterized to be really, really annoying and really unlikable, but it's a bit better than I thought it was, so I don't know. But obviously I'm really hyped for next episode. Jeez. So this is Gabby signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye guys!